How's it going, guys? Archman here, and this is going to be just a safety whistle specific little video. This is my personal safety whistle. Actually, I've got several prototypes and all that kind of stuff that I've been actually using, and then this is the one that I actually EDC that is a non-user, just so I can show friends, show family, show my barber, whatever it is. But yeah, I'm actually going to go down to a tabletop now and we will dive in a little deeper. All right, guys. So we're going to take a little closer look at the safety whistle here. And this one is my personal safety whistle that I EDC. I've carried this safety whistle, I'd say a minimum of 2 weeks, every single day. This is a non-user, never been smoked out of or anything like that, just so I can have something to show folks and display for folks when I'm out and about, because it seems to me like everybody that I come across is very interested in it. But yeah, so safety whistle is a solid titanium. This is CP2 titanium is what I'm using here, so 99% pure titanium, and that's very important because if you were to use like a grade 5 or something like that, it actually has aluminum in there, which dramatically decreases its the health benefits, right? Because you have other things that can potentially heat up and burn off. Obviously, it still is going to be way better than anything like even a stainless steel, which has like the chromiums and stuff. You clean this out with and scratch it. Not a big deal with titanium. You clean out something like stainless steel or brass and scratch it, and then all of a sudden you smoke out of it and you burn the little shavings or burrs that come from that cleaning, and that's bad news. That's very bad news. Even glass has most glass has silver oxide in it to give it like luminescence and like what they call like a color changing kind of aspect to it. That is not good for you. It's not the end of the world, but at the same time, this is way better. So actually the only specialty tools that I have in the whole shop, other than a milling machine and stuff like that, but like safety whistle specific, other than like soft jaws, which is a whole different topic, is a pair of jump ring pliers. These are probably the fanciest ones I could find, because I wanted like made in Germany. I do not believe these actually are made in Germany because the quality is just not there, but they're they're the fanciest ones I could find. And then I've got a little 2.5 millimeter Weehaw wrench, because I have to disassemble and assemble these quite a bit in their manufacturing process. So I got these because they can pop these safety whistles apart really, really easily, and they don't scratch the inside of the stem like at all, because this is really nice and smooth. So if you guys are interested and you already own a safety whistle and you want to be able to clean it very easily, you can use these jump ring pliers like I've got here, or you can just Google reverse pliers or backwards pliers. There's all kinds of different things you can get that are backwards pliers. And an easy one is snap ring pliers. You can go to almost any hardware store and pick up a set of snap ring pliers for like $5, and then suddenly bang, you can disassemble this and clean it anytime you want. When you're out and about on the go, say you're visiting Texas and you want to come back without your stinky used safety whistle, raising eyebrows, you can pry it open with basically anything that fits in the mouthpiece. Open it up, go to the store, get you some swabs, and clean this bad boy out. But yeah, this is the internal of every safety whistle. Looks like this. It does not matter whether you get tumbled, blasted, anything like that. They all have this kind of light tumble on the inside, and this is a very light tumble. It's a 1 hour of tumbling, just enough to knock the burrs back. I was showing a machinist buddy of mine the safety whistle the other day. I actually gave him one, and he was like, man, I just wouldn't tumble them at all, so that way you don't have that seam there. But I'm not, I personally, I prefer, it doesn't really matter, because the seam is I got this thing misaligned. The seam is just there because of the way that I have the safety whistle sealing up and stuff. So when you're reassembling your safety whistle, this one here is this is the first time it's ever been taken apart. So what I really recommend is to start with the tip, get the tip all aligned, and that will help you align everything else. One thing that happens though is what I just did is if you rock it when you have the tip in, if you rock it this way and you pinch this side together first, it won't go together. It's tight. I mean, I got this thing within I say within 1/1000th of an inch, but it's some of them are even tighter than that. And then that's, in my mind, that's a good thing. I want this thing to seal up, you know. I've had one person say, oh, I just wish you could easily take it apart. And I'm just like, well, but then that sacrifices the actual function. So for me, my favorite type of EDC item is a piece of functional art, and that's what I wanted to make, you know. And so the function has to be there, you know, in my opinion. So again, it's even better if you get the male side. So that's the male side, that's the female side. It's even better if you get the male side just a little bit sticking out in the front. That just kind of really helps you get everything lined up. Whoops. Just a little bit out on the side. And again, there's a little bit of a learning curve to this. You know, you're gonna struggle with it a little bit, like at first. But then that's why I do these videos. And then once you get the nuances down, you know, you'll see it goes together quite nice and quite tight. These guys, I've actually not any of the ones that I have right now, but you know, I was like, at what point would it actually wear, in my mind, wear out, but in other people's minds, wear in? So at what point when you know, because this is friction fit, you know, so obviously at some point that friction will cause wear, and that wear will cause it to come apart easier. And it's quite a few times, 20, 25 times, something like that, before you really start noticing, oh, you know what? It's going together easier now. It's coming apart easier now. And I'm leaving that up to the end user. I'm making these, you know, super solid, super functional, according to my design and according to my beta testing. Like I've mentioned, I personally don't rock the ganj all that much, and I'm a super lightweight. Like that, people have asked me to smoke out of my safety whistles on videos and stuff, and I'm just like, I could do that as long as you're okay with the video sucking even worse than any of my other videos after that. Like I don't, you know, I'm not going to be given very good content after I personally rock the ganj. For me, rocking the ganj is about like, I'm gonna take a couple pufferooskies out on a nature hike, or I'm gonna take a couple pufferooskies and before I vacuum the house or something like that. But to have to be entertaining is like, that's not my shit. But yeah. I tell you what, a lot of people have expressed concerns, and smart people, like I've got smart friends that are like, oh, there's no way it doesn't get too hot. It's just a chunk of titanium. You need to put fins on there. You need to have cooling, you know, radiator fins. And I'm just like, why don't you believe me? Like I was concerned with that too, and I was fully prepared to like maybe machine some fins in the backside here, or just anywhere I could get away with it. And the simple truth, the simple fact is, it doesn't even kind of get hot. Like it's not even remotely hot. Like no part of it is like holding it after like handing it around to 3-4 people, which I have made sure I've done that. I got, like I said, I got the beta testers out there who will literally, one of my buddies, first thing in the morning, smokes a joint the size of my pinky finger every single day. Like, and he's very successful too. And he, like, same thing with all my findings that I've had too. Like, it does not clog because of the design. It does not get hot just because. I really don't know why it doesn't get hot. It just doesn't. I think part of it is because the stock is very thick. The stock that's left behind, you know, like the walls of everything are really nice and thick. And I did that on purpose. I wanted it to be efficient and a good use of materials and a good use of space. Because for me, life is short and I don't have room for a lot of crap in my life. So a nice little, very small EDC pipe is perfect for me. And like I've said, it's the best pipe I've ever used. It's my favorite little pipe that I have ever used. And I have 3 or 4 other manufacturers' titanium pipes. Some of them were limited editions that you can't buy anyway. Mary Green's Idle Pfeifen from Germany. That's a good one, but it clogs up really fast and really easily. It is easy to clean as long as you know what you're doing. But one thing that I like to show is just how the bowl, the holes in the bowl kind of empty out into this channel here, and that is just a big, fully machined, deep, wide channel. I initially thought after prototyping that I would change this, how it's just kind of this S-curve, and hollow out this little like uvula thing here. But I really think that it actually helps. I think that's helpful to have that there. I still might do a V2. We'll see. It's way on the back burner. Obviously, I'm going to be rolling out other things. Number one that's coming out real soon, which I'm hoping to do a reveal, at least for the design, this week. But the pry bars is much more important than a V2 safety whistle. For now, the V1 is just going to be a regular production model. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. So yeah, V2, I guess I'll just say real quick, I might remove that little uvula thing, and I also might take the bowl and cock it out more. I did do some designs with it like that, but I chose to manufacture this exactly like it is because I wanted it to be like, I wanted this to be an art piece. I wanted it to resemble a whistle enough that it was just to be an art piece, you know, like to be a standalone little tiny art installation for the 5th pocket of your jeans. And that was very, very important to me. So design, function, they all really needed to meet in the middle, and for that to happen. And I feel like this is at least for me and my uses and what I like, which is, like I said, functional minimalist art. It is a slam dunk for me. It might not be a slam dunk for everybody, but it's a slam dunk for me. It works perfect. There's nothing, really is nothing I would change about it. Eventually, I probably will do some kind of crazy machining on here as far as like a texture goes. But for now, everything I've done for now is takes away from just the minimalist aspect of it. So that's very important to me. But yeah, just thought I'd do a quick little overview of, in my opinion, the sweetest little everyday carry pipe that money can buy. Thanks for watching, guys.